Hello and welcome to the third rail. We have a new addition to the collection this week. I just received this little BR103 in red livery and I thought we should have a look at it. First of all, let's have a quick model overview. It appeared in the 1988 edition of the Märklin catalogue. It can be found on page 21. It's a Deutsche Bahn Class 103 locomotive in new livery. My reference is the 3558, but the model was also produced in other analog version, the 3358, and a digital version, the 3658. As with previous versions of this type of locomotive, the body is made of plastic and the chassis is made of metal. The model is equipped with a 5-star propulsion system which was introduced that year. The 5-star propulsion system comprises of a 5-pole motor and an electronic module provided motor regulation. This combination allows for higher torque and better slow driving characteristics. It allows the model to keep a constant speed. You can set the maximum speed the locomotive should reach. And when running at slow speed, you have a better braking inertia and simulation of a smooth acceleration. Additionally, the regulation prevents wheel slip and provides a better power delivery to the track. The model measures 21.9 centimeters between buffers. Now let's have a look at the prototype. Here it is in real life with the same running number. By the time this livery was applied to the prototype, the locomotive had been in service for about 16 years. The design of this class of locomotives originated in the mid-60s. At the time, the Deutsche Bahn was looking for a much faster electric engine capable of reaching speeds of up to 180 kilometers an hour initially. The speed was then upped to 200 kilometers an hour. As part of a study commissioned by the Deutsche Bahn, 4 prototypes were initially produced, and after some time spent experimenting and improving the design, a production version reached the Deutsche Bahn network in 1970. As soon as it was introduced, the locomotive quickly acquired the monopoly for all high-speed services in the intercity service in Germany. Here is a picture of our prototype in its original livery in 1976. It remained the flagship engine of the Deutsche Bundesbahn throughout the 1970s. Their intensive use during this period started having a very negative effect on their reliability. So much so that plans were put in place as early as the late 70s for a replacement engine. It came in the form of the Class 120, the first prototypes of which started running in 1979. The first series of locomotives was delivered in 1986. Additionally, the introduction of the high-speed ICE starting having an effect on the utilization of our prototype, which was soon relegated to more menial tasks. You could even see it pull freight trains or commuter trains at the time. As the Class 103 was not designed for frequent stops or heavy loads, this usage only accelerated their demise. And by the early 90s, only a handful of locomotives remained in service or were transferred to preservation in various German museums. The preserved units keep on popping up in one or the other regular service from time to time. So units are still active up to this date. So now let's have a look at my 3558. It was a bit of a surprise win and was very cheap, so I'm not expecting a lot on this one. The box is okay-ish, a few signs of storage. The corner has got a little kick, I think. But apart from that, the box from the period, excellent. Oh, we still have the original price, 273 Deutschmark in 1988. Oh, that wasn't cheap. So, let's get the model out of its packaging. It doesn't look too bad from here. The sellers put a bit of paper to protect the tray from breaking, and the instructions are there. So far, so good. So let's open the tray and get the model out. Come on. There we go. Right, I'm gonna take this out and put it on its presentation rail, and we'll have a closer look. And here is my cheap Class 103. So let's have a closer look. All the applied details seem to be there. There's a few paint blemishes on the grills, very frequent on Märklin 103s. And let's move into the front, and we have a problem on the right hand side. There's a paint problem. Oh well, that is not good. Let's move to the other side and see how that one is going. So here again we have a few blemishes on the vents. Otherwise all the inscriptions are there and in good shape, and all the details on the undercarriage are present and also in good shape. Can't complain too much on that side. Let's move to the other cab. It's in better shape than the previous one, but the paint is also far from perfect on that side. Let's have a look at the roof now. So, pantographs are there, all the electric wires are there. I can see, yes, there's an isolator missing. Ah, that's unfortunate. And we have a nice little scratch on the top of one of the cab. Let's look at the undercarriage. Okay, the logo's been used. The wheels have been cleaned, which is always nice, but apart from that, nothing is amiss. So what's the verdict? Well, am I satisfied? Not really. Am I surprised? Not really. But the moral of the story is, even if you know the seller, always inspect pictures before bidding. But I'm sure it's going to be fine on the track. So let's have a look at what cars to use with this model. To stay with the official color scheme, I could put together consists of 4226 and 4227 cars, which I also received recently. But the locomotive in this livery was used for all sorts of purposes, so I could also use these 750 years of Berlin special edition cars, which I also received recently. All very versatile, and I'm sure everything will be looking okay behind this Class 103. Well, we've reached the end. Thank you very much for watching. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much also to the few among you who have subscribed to the channel. It's always rewarding to see that people are showing some interest. And it keeps me going. Thanks very much. But for now, bye, and until next time.